Chapter 17. It's Quirrell. You? Says Harry. Quirrell smiles. Me? Says Quirrell calmly. But I thought Snape. Severus? Says Quirrell. He's laughing now. He doesn't sound nervous. He sounds cold. Yes, Severus looks like a bad man, right? When there is a Snape, who will think it's me? Poor nervous Professor Quirrell. Harry couldn't believe it. It couldn't be true. But the Snape tried to kill me, says Harry. No, no, no. I tried to kill you. Your friend Hermione Granger accidentally pushed me down to the ground when she was going to Snape. I stopped looking at you because of her. Snape was also whispering a counter curse. He was trying to save you. Snape was trying to save me? Of course, says Quirrell coldly. Why did he want to referee the next match? He was trying to defend you. He didn't need to referee because Dumbledore was there. I couldn't do anything in front of Dumbledore. All people hated Snape because they thought Snape wanted to help Hufflepuff. Quirrell whispers something and ropes come out of nowhere and wrap themselves around Harry. Now Harry couldn't move. Did you let the troll in school? Asks Harry. Yes, I know a lot about trolls, says Professor Quirrell. You saw the troll when you were coming here, right? I did that. When the troll was in school and everyone was trying to find it, Snape looked for me. He knew about me. He went to the third floor and stopped me. Now, wait quietly, Potter. I have to check this mirror. Only now, Harry sees the mirror. It's the mirror of Erised. This mirror is important. It'll help me find the stone, says Quirrell. Now, Dumbledore is in London. When he comes back, I will be far away from here. I saw you and Snape in the forest, says Harry. Yes, says Quirrell. Snape knew that I was trying to get the stone, but he couldn't stop me. He couldn't do anything because Lord Voldemort is with me. Quirrell is looking at the mirror carefully. I see the stone. I'm giving it to my master, but where is it? Says Quirrell. Harry wants to distract Quirrell, but Snape always seemed to hate me so much. Oh, he hates you, says Quirrell. He was at Hogwarts with your father, did you know? They hated each other, but he never wanted you to die. But a few days ago I heard you, says Harry. You were so scared of Snape. Sometimes, says Quirrell. Now he sounds scared. It's hard to follow my master's instructions. It was not Snape. He was with you in the classroom? Asks Harry. He's always with me, says Quirrell. I met him when I was traveling around the world. I realized that power was the most important thing thanks to him. When I can't follow his instructions, he's really angry at me. When I couldn't steal the stone from Gringotts, he punished me. Harry remembers. He met Quirrell at Diagon Alley. He shook hands with him. I don't understand, says Quirrell. He sounds really scared. Should I break this mirror? What do I want more than anything else in the world right now? Harry thinks. It's the stone. So, if he looks in the mirror now, he will see the stone. Harry tries to move, but couldn't because of the ropes. What does this mirror do? How does it work? Help me, master, says Quirrell. Harry is scared because the voice is coming from Quirrell. But it's not Quirrell's voice. Use the boy, it says. Quirrell looks at Harry. Potter, come here, says Quirrell. Quirrell whispers something and ropes disappear. Come here, says Quirrell again. Look in the mirror. What are you seeing? Tell me. Harry walks toward the mirror. I must lie, thinks Harry. Quirrell stands behind Harry. Harry looks in the mirror. He sees himself. A moment later, his reflection smiles at him. It puts his hand into his pocket and brings out red stone. Then he puts it back into his pocket. Now Harry can feel something in his pocket. What do you see? Asks Quirrell. I'm shaking hands with Professor Dumbledore, says Harry. I won the house cup for Gryffindor. Quirrell is angry. Get out of the way, he says. Now he is walking away from Quirrell, but before he walks 5 steps, the voice says, He's lying, he's lying. Potter, come back, shouts Quirrell. Tell me the truth. What did you see? The voice speaks again. Let me speak to him, face to face. Master, you're not strong enough. I'm strong enough for this. Now, Quirrell is unwrapping his turban. What is going on? After he unwraps his turban, he turns away from Harry. Harry wants to scream, but he couldn't. There is a face on the back of Quirrell's head. Harry Potter, it whispers. Harry wants to walk back, but his legs couldn't move. See me now, says the face. I don't have my own body. I have to live inside someone else. Unicorn blood helped me in the last few weeks. You saw it, right? Quirrell was drinking it for me. If I get elixir of life, I will have my own body. Now, why don't you give me that stone in your pocket? Harry walks backwards. Don't be stupid, says the face angrily. You should save your life and join me. If you don't, you will die like your parents. Before they died, they begged me for mercy. Liar, shouts Harry suddenly. I always value bravery, says the face. Yes, boy, your parents were brave. I killed your father first. He fought bravely. Your mother didn't have to die. She was protecting you. She didn't let me kill you. Now, give me the stone. If you don't give me the stone, you will die. That means your mother died for nothing. Never, shouts Harry. Harry tries to run away, but Quirrell quickly catches him. Now, Harry's scar hurts so much, but when Quirrell catches Harry, he shouts. He can't touch Harry because his hands are full of blisters now. Catch him, shouts the voice. Quirrell tries to hold Harry but couldn't. His hands hurt so much. Master, I cannot hold him. My hands, my hands. Then kill him, you stupid, shouts the voice. Quirrell brings out his wand, but before he could say something, Harry runs toward him and grabs his face. Ah! Now Quirrell's face is full of blisters. Harry understands. Quirrell can't touch his skin. Harry grabs Quirrell's hand and don't let it go. Quirrell is screaming. He tries to go, but Harry doesn't let him. Voldemort is shouting, kill him, kill him. Harry's scar is hurting so much. Everything is now turning black. Before he closes his eyes, he hears someone. Harry, Harry. When Harry opens his eyes, Albus Dumbledore is in front of him. Good afternoon, Harry, says Dumbledore. He's smiling. Harry looks at him. Then he remembers. Sir, the stone, it was Quirrell. He has the stone. Calm down, Harry, says Dumbledore. Quirrell doesn't have the stone. Who has it? Asks Harry. Harry, relax. If you don't relax, Madame Pomfrey will throw me out. Harry looks around. He's on the bed in the hospital. There are many sweets, chocolates, and presents around him. Your friends sent them, says Dumbledore. Do you remember everything? We didn't want students to know it, and of course, whole school knows it now. How long was I here? Asks Harry. 3 days. Mr. Ronald Weasley and Miss Granger will be happy to see you. They are worried about you so much. But, sir, the stone. Professor Quirrell didn't take it from me. I arrived and helped you, but you were fighting well, I must say. You arrived? You got Hermione's owl? When I reached London, I realized that I should be at Hogwarts, so immediately I went back. I think I heard you, says Harry. I feared that I was too late, says Dumbledore. Luckily, you were alive when I arrived. I think I have to tell you. We destroyed the stone. Destroyed? Says Harry. But your friend, Nicholas Flamel. Oh, you know about Nicholas? Says Dumbledore. Nicholas and I talked about it and agreed to destroy it. It means that he and his wife will die, won't they? Yes, they will die. Dumbledore looks at Harry, and he smiles because Harry looks really shocked. It seems incredible to you because you're so young, but for Nicholas and his wife, it's like a sleep. They're going to bed after a very, very long day. Sir, says Harry, if there's no stone, you know who? Calm Voldemort, Harry, says Dumbledore. If you're afraid of someone's name, you will be afraid of that person more. Yes, sir, says Harry. Voldemort is going to try other ways to come back, isn't he? He's not dead, is he? No, Harry, he's not dead. He's still alive somewhere. He's probably trying to find another body now. When I arrived, he left Quirrell. He doesn't care about his followers. He will try to come back. Harry nods. He asks, Sir, I want to ask you a few things. I want to know the truth. The truth, says Dumbledore. I will try to answer your question, but if I don't answer, please forgive me. It means there is a good reason not to answer your question. Of course, I will not lie about anything. Voldemort said that he killed my mother because she didn't let him kill me. Why did he want to kill me? Asks Harry. Dumbledore looks sad. Sorry, Harry, says Dumbledore. I can't answer it. Not today, not now. You'll know one day, when you're older, when you're ready, you will know. Why couldn't Quirrell touch me? Asks Harry. Your mother died because she wanted to save you. Voldemort doesn't understand one thing, love. Your mother loved you so much, Harry, and her love left a protection for you. Quirrell couldn't touch you because of that. Suddenly, Dumbledore becomes really interested in a bird outside, and it gives Harry time to wipe his eyes with the bedsheet. Invisibility cloak. Who sent it to me? Do you know? Your father gave it to me, and I thought you might like it, says Dumbledore. Very useful thing. Your father often used it because he wanted to go to kitchen and steal food. I have another question, says Harry. Then ask, says Dumbledore. Quirrell said Snape, Professor Snape, Harry. Yes, him. Quirrell said that he hates me because he hated my father. Is it true? Yes, they hated each other. It's like you and Malfoy. Then your father did something, and Snape could never forgive him for that. What? He saved Snape's life. What? Yes, says Dumbledore. It's strange, right? Snape doesn't want to owe your father anything. I think he tried his best to protect you this year because of that. Now, Snape and your father are even, so he can hate your father in peace. Sir, there's one more thing. Just one? How did I get the stone out of the mirror? I'm happy that you asked it. If you want to get the stone but don't want to use it, you can get the stone. On the other hand, if you want to get the stone and have a lot of gold and drink the elixir of life, you can't get the stone. Now, enough questions. Dumbledore takes one chocolate and leaves the room. Ron and Hermione come in the room. Harry, says Hermione, we were so worried about you. The whole school is talking about it, says Ron. What really happened? Harry tells them everything. Quirrell, the mirror, the stone, and Voldemort. Ron and Hermione listen carefully. They destroyed the stone, says Ron. Flamel is going to die. Yeah, says Harry. What happened to you two? I was all right, says Hermione. It was a little bit difficult to carry Ron. When we were going to the hospital, we met Dumbledore. He knew everything. Why did Dumbledore give you the invisibility cloak? Says Ron. Do you think that he wanted you to go after Voldemort and meet him? I think he just wanted me to learn a lesson, says Harry. Also, he probably thought that I should face Voldemort. Yeah, Dumbledore is a little bit mad, isn't he? Says Ron. Listen, tomorrow we will have the end-of-year feast. Slytherin won the House Cup, of course. When you were in hospital, we played against Ravenclaw and lost, but food will be good. At that moment, Madame Pomfrey comes in. Almost 15 minutes now out, says she. Next morning, Hagrid visits Harry. When he sits next to Harry, he starts crying. It's my fault, says Hagrid. I told him about Fluffy. He didn't know only about Fluffy, and I told him the secret about it. I will never drink again. Dumbledore should throw me out of school and I should live like a muggle. Hagrid, says Harry. It was Voldemort. He had many other ways to know about Fluffy. You almost died, says Hagrid. He's still crying. Hagrid, please cheer up, says Harry. We saved the stone. Now they destroyed the stone. He can't use it. Have a chocolate, Hagrid. I have many. That reminds me, says Hagrid. I have a present for you. Hagrid gives him a book. It's full of his mother's and father's photograph. They're smiling and waving at him. I sent an owl to your parents' old classmates and asked for the photographs of your parents. Do you like it? Says Hagrid. Harry couldn't speak, but Hagrid understands. When Harry goes to the Great Hall, all students are there. Everything is in green color because Slytherin won the House Cup. It's their 7th cup in the last 7 years. When students see Harry, they stop talking and all look at him. He's embarrassed. Harry quickly sits down between Ron and Hermione. "Another year," says Dumbledore. "Before you start reading, I want to say a few things. It was a great year and hopefully you learned many things. Now, let me tell you about houses. This year, Gryffindor has 312 points and they are in fourth place. In third, Hufflepuff with 352, Ravenclaw with 426, and Slytherin with 472. Now, all Slytherin students are clapping their hands. "Well done, Slytherin," says Dumbledore. "But we must think of recent events." The Great Hall becomes silent. Slytherin students stop smiling. "I have to give a few more points to some students," says Dumbledore. "First, Mr. Ronald Weasley." Ron turns red in the face. "He played an excellent chess game and I award Gryffindor House 50 points." Gryffindor students start shouting happily. Percy is shouting, "My brother, my youngest brother, he won against Professor McGonagall's chess." Second, Miss Hermione Granger. She used amazing logic when she faced fire. I award Gryffindor House 50 points. Now Gryffindor students are going crazy. Hermione is looking down. Harry thinks she's crying. Third, Mr. Harry Potter, says Dumbledore. Now everyone is quiet. He was brave and smart when he faced danger. I award Gryffindor House 60 points. Gryffindor students can't believe it. Now they have the same points as Slytherin, 472 points. There are all kinds of bravery, says Dumbledore. When you face your enemy, you need to be brave. But also, you need to be brave when you face your friends. So, I award 10 points to Mr. Neville Longbottom. It sounds like an explosion. Harry, Ron, and Hermione and all Gryffindor students stand up and clap their hands for Neville. Neville never won a point for Gryffindor before. It means, says Dumbledore, the House Cup winner is Gryffindor. He claps his hands and the Great Hall's color changes. Green becomes red and the silver becomes gold. Slytherin's snake turns into a Gryffindor lion. Snape is shaking hands with Professor McGonagall, but he doesn't look happy. Then Snape looks at Harry and Harry realizes that he still hates Harry, but Harry isn't worried. When exam results come, Harry and Ron are really surprised. They both get good marks. Of course, Hermione has the best grades of the first years. Neville's grades are not so good, but good enough. Next day, they get on the train and go home. Everybody's laughing on the train. A few hours later, they are at the platform 9 3/4. You must visit our house this summer, says Ron. Both of you. I will send an owl. Thanks, says Harry. Harry, Ron, and Hermione are walking together. There he is, Mom, there he is. Look. It's Ginny Weasley, Ron's younger sister. She's pointing at Harry. Harry Potter, she shouts. Look, Mom. Mrs. Weasley smiles at them. Busy year, she says. Very busy, says Harry. Thanks for the sweater, Mrs. Weasley. Oh, it was nothing, dear. Ready, are you? It's Uncle Vernon. Aunt Petunia and Dudley are standing behind him. They look scared. You're Harry's family, says Mrs. Weasley happily. Yeah, says Uncle Vernon. He doesn't look happy. Hurry up, boy, we're busy. Harry looks at Ron and Hermione. See you in the summer, says Harry. Hope you have a good holiday, says Hermione. Hermione sees that Harry's family are not nice people. Oh, I will have a good holiday, says Harry and smiles. They don't know that we shouldn't use magic at home. I'm going to have a lot of fun with Dudley this summer.